Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 12. I am Uyai Anyekan, coming to you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakuran. Let's take a look at the headlines. EFCC arrests ex-Zamfara Governor Yari. NECO extends 2022 registrations to June 20th. Plus, Zelensky visits Ukraine's east for first time since invasion. Details of the stories and more in a moment. First on our news today, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested a former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari. Reports say the former governor was arrested for his alleged role in the 84 billion naira fraud involving the former Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris. According to the report, the anti-graft agency also arrested one Anthony Yaro, who is the chairman and managing director of the Phoenix Professional, the company through which former Governor Yari allegedly benefited from the fund. Former Governor Yari's arrest came barely a day after he won the ticket of the All Progressives Congress, APC, to contest for one of the 3 senatorial district seats of Zamfara State in the National Assembly. In the meantime, detectives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says they have made startling discoveries about some transactions in the office of the Accountant General of the Federation. And it was gathered that although the AGF was initially accused of alleged 80 billion naira fraud, findings have unveiled another 90 billion naira scam. Reports say Idris, who was battling for bail, has opened up on some top government officials allegedly involved in some transactions, as the EFCC has grilled a permanent secretary in connection with some deals in which he was implicated. According to the reports, the scope of the ongoing probe of the suspended Accountant General has reached 170 billion naira. Meanwhile, the EFCC has arraigned a presidential hopeful and former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, before a federal high court in Abuja. Okorocha, who currently represents Imo West Senatorial District in the National Assembly, was arraigned before Justice Inyako today. The former governor is being tried on a 17-count charge to the tune of 2.7 billion naira filed against him by the anti-graft agency. He was accused of conspiring with others, including a member of the APC and 5 companies, to steal from public coffers, although he has since denied any wrongdoings. In education, the National Examinations Council, NECO, has announced that it has extended the registration period of the 2022 Senior School Certificate Examination for schools-based candidates to midnight of Monday, 20th June 2022. The examination agency, while disclosing this in a statement, it added that the 2022 NECO Senior School Certificate Examination will commence on 27th June 2022 and end on Friday, 12th August 2022. On a side note, the prelate of the Methodist Church Nigeria, His Eminence Samuel Kanu Uche, has reportedly been kidnapped along Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway in Umuonochi local government area of Abia State. Reports say the kidnappers took him alongside Right Reverend Dennis Mark, the Methodist Bishop of Owerri, and the prelate's chaplain. It was revealed that the clergymen were kidnapped in the afternoon while they were on the incident said it was quite unfortunate, adding that efforts are on top gear toward his rescue as well as other priests with him. In the meantime, the Christian Association of Nigeria in Taraba State has condemned a viral video on social media where an Islamic cleric was heard urging Muslims in the state to stand up and take over political power. In a statement issued in Jalingo and signed by the state CAN chairman, Reverend Isaiah Magaji, the Christian body said it viewed the several videos being shared on the social media as a calculated plot to set the stage on fire by outside forces that are not happy with the peaceful coexistence between Christians and Muslims. The statements called on intelligence agencies and the federal government to expedite actions and apprehend and prosecute the individuals in the videos before they throw Taraba State and Nigeria into avoidable mishap. Away from that, leaders in the southern and central regions of the country, under the auspices of the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum, have faulted the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for electing a northern presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections. They described the outcome of the exercise as an affront to the people of the South and asked politicians in the region to reject any nomination for the office of the Vice President. In a communique jointly signed by leaders of the groups that made up the forum, they specifically faulted the emergence of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as the main opposition party flag bearer. The SMBLF, however, urged presidential hopefuls in the South to shun the attitude of individualism and self-confidence and work collectively to achieve the shared objective of Still in politics, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has cancelled all primaries in Ebonyi State. A statement by the National Publicity Secretary Debo Olungungba says that the decision was made after extensive consultations and deliberations by the National Working Committee of the party. The party charged all aspirants, critical stakeholders, the nation. In Lagos State, the government has partnered Finland to boost its comprehensive schools. Reports say the comprehensive schools program was launched last year as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu conceived the partnership. Meanwhile, selected teachers and with Finland. The program, which began on April 18th, ended on May 1st. The aim was reportedly. Back here, the family of late Mr. Benedict Usoro gathered over the weekend in a ceremony officiated by the Apostolic Church Nigeria Township District, Ikodokpene area, to celebrate the life and times of their father, brother, and uncle. An elder statesman in his right, the community and people from all walks of life turned out in their number to bid him farewell. A correspondent brings the rest of the report. Mr. Pius Benedict, with his immediate family and children, painting a great color to his life and the farewell event. Late Benedict was epitomized for his responsiveness to responsibility, living an exemplary life and deliberately investing in the lives of all those he came across. A man who is said to have great value for family life and education. The officiating minister of the Apostolic Church Nigeria, in his message, encouraged the family to hold firm to God. Right in 47, it can be said that late Pius Usoro lived his time well on earth. Speaking with Spectrum Television, family and attendees shared their farewell messages.
This is my dad's funeral, and as you can see, he was very that he has passed on.
We miss our father, but we are happy that we are celebrating him today. He was a great and kind man. Rest in peace, Daddy.
We are so pleased to be here to celebrate the life of my dad. It's been a blessing because I would say he lived a good life.
It's a sad situation that my oldest friend has left me behind, but all of us will meet again by God's grace.
For Spectrum emergence as the 2023 presidential flag bearer of the PDP. In a release signed by the governor, he equally congratulated all the presidential aspirants for their doggedness, maturity, and the sense of sacrifice and patriotism demonstrated throughout the times before, during, and after the primaries, especially the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, for a very hot chase which earned him the second place at the primaries. According to the governor, to rescue and to restore Nigeria, noting that they also agreed that the victory of the winner at the presidential primaries will be a victory for all. Governor Emmanuel therefore expressed optimism that Atiku has the capacity to rescue the country from the pangs of insecurity, economic gloom, and disunity. He urged all the party members and Nigerians to rally support for the emergence of Atiku Abubakar as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2022. In Africa, lawmakers in the Central African Republic voted last Friday to abolish the death penalty as the law was passed by acclamation as the Speaker of the National Assembly made the announcement. Reports say for the legislation to become law, President Faustin Anche Toundera still has to issue it. Meanwhile, rights group Amnesty International have welcomed the announcement as good news and urged him to do so. The last official execution in the Central African Republic allegedly took place in 1981. Still in Africa, Sudan's leading general has lifted a state of emergency that was imposed in the country following the October coup he led. A decision by General Abdel Fattah, head of Sudan's ruling Sovereign Council, came hours after the Security and Defense Council, Sudan's highest body that decides on security matters, suggested that it be lifted. Meanwhile, rescuers in Nepal have so far recovered 14 bodies from the crash site of a small plane carrying 22 people. Reports say the wreckage of the plane, operated by Nepali carrier Tara Air, was recovered in Mustang district in northern Nepal. The passenger plane was on a 20-minute flight when it lost contact with air traffic control 5 minutes before it was due to land. Meanwhile, the search is ongoing for the remaining passengers. On the foreign scene, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has visited the country's war-ridden east for the first time since the Russian invasion. He met with troops on a trip to Kharkiv, wearing a bulletproof vest and being shown heavily destroyed buildings in the city and its surroundings. Meanwhile, Moscow has allegedly retreated from Kharkiv region in recent weeks. Still to come in the news. Cyril Dessers expresses joy for scoring first Eagles goal. Do stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. On a business news, the country's external reserves has hit a 7-month low after falling to $38.57 billion as of May 25, 2022. Findings have shown that the continuous decline in the country's external reserves used to defend the naira value is making the banks tighten access to foreign exchange to travelers and other legitimate users as scarcity bites harder. According to figures obtained from the CBN on movement in external reserves, the reserves, which had been fluctuating for weeks now, experienced its lowest of $39.01 billion and $38.39 billion on October 10th and 8th, 2021, respectively. Reports say the banks have also been reducing the amount a customer can spend on the cards in dollar terms. Meanwhile, following the increasing effect of climate change and the level of unemployment in the country, no fewer than 30 beneficiaries have been trained by the National Directorate of Employment on Entrepreneurship. Speaking during the training, the Director General of NDE, Abubakar Fikbo, said the program was under the Special Public Works Department and was geared towards solving environmental problems and reducing the rate of joblessness. He revealed that the training would last for 3 months, with each participant earning 10,000 naira per month to enable them to visit waste sites to collect materials for recycling. To Health Now, where the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has disclosed that 3 herbal formulations were approved for clinical trial studies for the treatment of COVID-19 during the pandemic. It denounced the claims of the efficacy of IHP Detox Tea for the cure of COVID-19 patients, purportedly made by the Chief Executive Officer of Bioresources Development and Conservative Program, Professor Maurice Iwu, in a media report. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, in a statement signed by the agency resident media consultant Sayo Akintola in Abuja, said only NAFDAC could make pronouncements on the quality, safety and efficacy of all regulated products that showed satisfactory scientific evidence. The NAFDAC board explained that 3 herbal formulations were approved for clinical trial studies during the COVID-19 pandemic. Still in health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has said that no fewer than 66 suspected cases of monkeypox disease have been reported in Nigeria. The NCDC disclosed this in its latest monkeypox situation report released yesterday. The agency also noted that while 21 monkeypox cases had been confirmed, only a single death had so far been reported. In sports, Alvin Bassey, Nigeria's hottest football prospect, has the moment, perhaps only behind Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, who caught the attention of some Europe's biggest club sides after an amazing season with the Italian side. The Glasgow Rangers defender has since this season grown into an important player for Giovanni Van's side, not only playing in his traditional left-back role, but also in central defense. A mainstay in the Jazz squad, Bassey puts in a masterclass of a performance on May 18th in Seville in the Europa Cup final defeat to Eintracht Frankfurt, with top sides including English giants Chelsea reportedly tracking him. Frankfurt won the tie on penalties after a 1-1 stalemate after 120 minutes of nerve-wracking football, with the Germans' goalkeeper Kevin Trapp officially named man of the match, but Bassey got many votes after sterling display. Still in sports, Super Eagles duo Cyril Dessers and Alex Iwobi have taken to social media to react to Nigeria's 2-1 loss to Mexico in an international friendly game at the iconic St. T Stadium in Dallas. Santiago Jimenez opened the scoring in the 12th minute for the South Americans before informed Dessers, who made his return to the national team since 2020, headed past Mexican goalkeeper Rodolfo Cota in the 54th minute to put both sides on level terms. While in search of a winner, the 3-time African champions conceded an own goal in the 56th minute as captain William Troost Ekong put the ball into his own net as he attempted to clear the ball from a fine cross into the box. Despite the defeat, elated Dessers took to Twitter to celebrate his first goal for the Eagles, while Iwobi remained positive, looking ahead to their clash against Ecuador. On our entertainment news, the African Union Commission, in partnership with the International Committee of All African Music Awards, AFRIMA, has formally unveiled the calendar of events for the 2022 annual edition of the awards ceremony. Speaking on behalf of the African Union Director for Social Development, Culture and Sports, Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, Cia Mariama Mohammed said Africa remains resilient and progressive in everything, and this is why the entertainment sector has continued to make such huge leaps globally. Reports say the AFRIMA calendar for this year begin with the entries of submission, which starts today, Monday, May 30th, and closes on Friday, August 5th, 2022. Still on entertainment, veteran actor and lawyer Kanayo O. Kanayo has celebrated his 60th birthday at the Motion Center on Icon, Lagos in an all-white party. Family, friends and associates of the actor turned out in their numbers to felicitate him, with people coming from all walks of life. Appreciating God for sparing his life to witness the day, the actor also thanked his family and friends for the support they have given him over the years. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, SpectrumTV.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News at 12. I am Uyai Anyeken. Thanks for watching and do enjoy the rest of your day.